Texas lawmakers are gathering for a special session to address the deadly flooding that hit the state earlier this month. At least 136 people died in the July 4th floods. The number of people missing in Kerr County, one of the hardest hit areas, is now down to 2. CBS News correspondent Jason Allen has been following the hearing and joins us now. Jason, great to have you on. What were some of the biggest problems that were highlighted during this session regarding the disaster preparedness and management?
Yeah, Jerika, this is something that people here have been waiting for. We've been following the hearing. In fact, it's still going on in this meeting room just behind us. A lot of the focus today really was on what emergency managers did or didn't know, right? They didn't know. They said that the rain was going to fall as hard as it did and where it did. They didn't know as they were arriving on scene. They didn't know necessarily who was in charge. Not all of these groups were able to communicate with each other. And so while there isn't questioning at all about whether they did or didn't do their job, there's definitely some gaps in how they were able to respond to this emergency. Now, as far as solutions, well, there's been a lot of talk about warning systems, but I asked the representative for that area, Wes Verdell, today, what people there in Kerrville are telling him that they want, and here's what he told us.
What people want is to get back to their normal life as soon as possible. It's going to take a year or two for those who lost property, and it's going to take way longer than that for those who lost their loved ones to kind of get through that process.
You can hear that difference, right? The people who are there on the ground, Jerika, they are thinking about right now what's in front of them and taking care of that and getting back to their lives. Meanwhile, here they're talking about things like, how do we prevent something like this from ever happening again?
Right, and the lawmaker makes a good point, too, about the idea that this is going to take a long time to rebuild and sort of get some sense of normalcy. But what are the next steps for Texas lawmakers to pass legislation addressing the floods and really looking ahead at future disasters?
They are planning another session like the one that they're having today in Kerrville a week from now. They'll be talking to some local officials on the ground, and I think you'll see some more back and forth there about exactly what happened in those first hours. At a bigger, broader scale, a lot of legislators here have already been putting forward bills, things with new regulations on youth camps, new money for communication systems so everybody can be connected together. These lawmakers will all work together, decide which one of those things they really want to move forward. And we'll probably see that happen here during this special session, which only lasts for the next 27 days.
Yeah, Jason Allen, good to see you covering it through and through, having been on the ground and now at the legislative place where changes are made, where laws are made. Jason Allen, thank you.